Hey, what is up guys? It's your boy Speed here, and today, I'm not even gonna lie, I was making a video on Legion Commander right before I actually changed my mind, and I'm going to make a Legion Commander video because I think that hero is really good as an offlaner and a safe laner. Even a mid laner, it's fine. But instead I decided to talk about Leshrac. I think that this hero and the tech of this hero is very misunderstood, and people don't know how to abuse Leshrac right now. And I understand that this hero is not super popular and it's very hard to play, but I'm telling you, if you get good at Lesh, especially in low MMR, where people will not itemize to counter spell lifesteal and just in general don't understand how this shit works, you will dominate. You will dominate. You will play and just crush your game. So what is good about Lesh? Why is this hero better now than ever? Why is the win rate really high? Couple things. 7.32. This was a while ago. The hero's been decent for a minute now, but in 7.32, the active lifesteal multiplier on Bloodstone was buffed by a bonus 50%. That's obviously massive. That's massive. The multiplier is 50% better. That's an extra 15% spell lifesteal. 15%! That's a ton. Okay. Then, the item was buffed by 200 gold. It's only a 4,400 gold item. It's really cheap. It's 4,400 gold, and you'll be disassembling mana boots to buy the item, which kind of makes the item 800 gold cheaper because mana boots as a standalone item is one of the best items in Dota, so you're more than happy to buy mana boots on Leshrac. Of course you are. And then finally, most recently, in 7.32c, the item, the health activation cost was removed. Previously, when you click the active of Bloodstone, which gives you bonus percentage lifesteal, and the damage you deal gives you mana, that used to cost you 10% of your current health. Or was it max health? I don't know. Honestly, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I really don't know. But it would cost you a percentage of your health, 10%. And it was a big deal, right? That could get you killed. It's gone, right? They got rid of it. So this item has been buffed and buffed and buffed, and Leshrac likes buying mana boots. And honestly, Spirit Vessel has really fallen off as an item. People still buy it, but it's way less popular now. I don't see a lot of Shivas. Scotty is still popular, so like that's a problem for Lesh. Like probably the biggest counters to Lesh is like Scotty buyers, the Scotty right clickers. Like I don't think Lesh is very good against Lina, for instance, or Terrorblade. Terrorblade's kind of a weird one. It seems like, oh, but it's an illusion carry. Yeah, but he kind of does too much damage for you to walk up to him and can buy BKB. He's not like the traditional illusion carries, so you know, this hero dumpsters PL and Naga for the most part. And quickly, I wanted to briefly let you guys know that the gameleap website is currently 50% off if you use the code POG50 at checkout. I'm telling you this because number one, I think it's a good deal, and number two, I'm making a lot of top tier content over there, live game analysis, replay analysis. I'm going to be uploading some coaching sessions eventually, very, very soon. So I have a lot of things that I think you guys should go check out. So if you're interested in more content like you get here on YouTube and stuff that's really going to help you get to the next level, I'd appreciate it if you could use the code POG50, get your 50% off, sign up to the website, and I'll see you there. Getting onto the lane, we're going to be watching, I don't even know who this is to be honest, but he's ranked 38, super high rank player. He's like spamming the hell out of Lesh. He plays like, on Dota 2 Pro Track, he plays a ton of Lesh. So either way, we're going to watch his Lesh gameplay. In terms of the lane, I'm not going to focus on it too much, really just max E, max Q, and use it to CS and deny. Basically, you should be spamming at level 1, Split Earth, almost off cooldown. If you hit it, it is a flat 2-second stun, 120 damage nuke for 80 mana. Split Earth, if you get good with it, is one of the best abilities in the game. Also, it's a range creep secure as it's 120 damage at level 1. It's really, really high damage. So Split Earth inherently is one of the best abilities in the game, right? It's one of the best abilities in the game. So use it off cooldown to harass the enemy. If they're gonna go for a range creep, Split Earth to pressure it. If you have to secure a range creep, Split Earth to pressure it. You get the point. Use Split Earth a bunch. From there, in terms of items, you're gonna pick up Bottle into Stick. After Stick, you're gonna pick up Boots. After Boots, into Mana Boots. You shouldn't go, like, really, I mean, the only other item you could buy is, like, if you're against Puck or SF or something like this, you can buy Raindrops, and that's good too. That's the only other item that you're gonna buy that he didn't buy. Don't buy a Null or anything like that. Just buy Mana Boots, guys. Null is just not good enough anymore to justify as like a late item on Leshrac. At least not when you can buy like a 13-minute Bloodstone, which is what you can do on this hero. And like the most common timing is 13 to 14 minutes, which is hilarious. Either way, from there, you're gonna, once you hit level 6, you're gonna shove out the midwave. After you shove out the midwave, honestly, like he goes for some, this is a, I don't know what to say about that play. I don't know what he's doing there, but generally what you're going to do is shove the large camp, and then if you're on Dire, you're going to drag these two camps together and pulse over them. If you're on Radiant, it's a little bit awkward, I'm not going to lie. On Radiant, you kind of just have to farm this camp. You can gank. If you get a Haste Rune or an Invis, you can gank. If you get a DD, you can try to take mid tower. He's actually playing around mid tower really hard this game. So honestly, I'm surprised to see the 3rd point in Split Earth. I've heard people take this because it's really easy to hit level 3 Split Earth off a Lightning Storm slow. That's the concept I heard, that like apparently 3 points in this and 2 points in this is good enough to make it reliable. Either way, you can also take 2 points in Split Earth and just pressure the mid tower, because Diabolic Edict doubles from level 1 to 2, so it kind of becomes way better. It's really valuable to have the 2nd point, but he takes mid tower. If you can do that in your games, take mid tower. Don't rotate, just take mid tower. It's way more gold and way more reliable than any kill. And from there, he gets really lucky. If you get a regen rune or an arcane rune, use it to farm. Use it to farm. Don't take the risk with a kill. It's such a broken thing to have for farming. And now he's got raindrops, clarities, and you have to spam this every game. Raindrop, clarity, and a mana neutral item every game. Just buy these items and then farm the jungle camps. After you wipe through the jungle, and honestly, Lesh is best on Dire by a long shot, just because you can drag this camp together with this camp, especially if you have a Quelling or Tangos, you can chop one of the trees and bring these two camps together. You can bring these two camps together. It's way more efficient per mana, as he actually goes for a kill on the... Whoa, how do you do that? How do you get that kill? How'd that work? There's a blind stun, because he knew the Lightning Storm would give the guy too much time to react. There you go. All right, beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Crazy kill, actually. So he actually rotates in to kick out the Slark, finds the Banner Rune. That's a great play. That was a great play. That was a really good sequence from him. That was really high skill, as he's actually going to shift the bottom now. So he does have the level 3 Edict, so if he does manage to... If he feels comfortable making this play, the only problem is Lesh doesn't have a good disengage. You know, he has high movement speed, but it doesn't have blink or dissimulate or anything like that. So you got to be careful about pushing towers. You can see after he gets the glyph, he's like, I don't want to take the chance. I don't want to take the chance. You know what I mean? Like, your hero dies too easily. Don't overforce. You want to be cleaning up fights. Like, in general, in the early game, don't force shit, guys. Don't be the first guy to run in. Let fights develop and clean them up. That is the name of the game for Lesh. You do way too much damage. You just don't go in first. If you go in first, you'll die. You'll feel really bad about yourself, and you'll be like, wow, I could have killed them all if I just didn't go in first. So don't go in first. After that, he's going to farm the jungle. Well, he tries to farm the jungle. This looks like a pretty good fight. So the nice thing about this play that I like about this, well, there's a couple things. He has a haste rune, which honestly is like the main reason he's doing this. Let's be real. Haste rune is so broken. Like, haste runes are just stupid. From there, he was already going to go farm the Dire Woods, and then they happened to dive top. And this is what I call the developed fight, right? It's the developed fight. So if they're committing on Rubik, he might be able to get a return kill. Now, unfortunately, they didn't commit hard enough. It's high MMR and people don't dive as hard. They know that they're going to get punished if they do so. So the enemy avoids the play, but it's not the end of the world. Goes to the top side. After that, he actually TPs mid. Looks to kick out the Slark. Wow, he's going to chase him. What? Slark mess up? What was that? What was that? What is happening? Did he not pounce? Where did he pounce? Oh, he just pounced like to a horrible area. He pounced here and then ran like that. He should have just ran here, pounced here, and he would have been fine. All right. Some sussy stuff going on from Slark, but good Tumbler's Toy usage to keep the vision on the Slark. And yeah, apparently that's a kill. Your hero definitely counters Slark early on, that's for sure, because you do damage through his ult, so that's for sure. And yeah, you can see now he picks up the point booster, has the Voodoo Mask, and all of a sudden, you know, he's one creep wave away from a Bloodstone. And to be fair, he's had a good game. He took the mid tower, he's 3 kills. 88 CS. You know, he's having an optimal game, but like, this is a 13-minute Bloodstone. You don't need a 13-minute Bloodstone to feel good, right? Like, this is the, you know, one of the best games I could show you guys. I'll keep it real. But, I mean, you don't need a 13-minute Bloodstone to pop off. You really don't. Because now he has 1800 HP. This item gives so much health. 550 health. That's nuts. And the big thing to keep in mind is you can use Bloodstone when farming too. That's what people don't get, because when you use the active, it doesn't cost you your health anymore. And it gives mana for the damage you deal. I think it works on creeps. Yeah, he's going to take the bottom side, and really what's great about the Bloodstone is in teamfights, when you pop it, it's going to give you so much mana. Leshrac runs out of mana early game. There's no way around it. Like, it's what, oh yeah, okay, so it does work against creeps. Like, look at this. This item is so well-rounded. Honestly, Lesh is going to be a top meta hero. There's no doubt in my mind. Like, this is just, it's such a well-rounded item. It helps you farm, it keeps you full HP, it makes you tanky. The only counter to it is anti-heal, which is really Vessel in the early game. But you're going to be going BKB's second item, and it doesn't take long to farm it with Bloodstone, because you're full mana, right? It's a 30-second cooldown. That's so low, right? You could easily use that to farm and then have it for the upcoming fight. It just makes sense as he picks up the Ogre Axe. He's going to go for Farm Ancients. Probably pop the Bloodstone. There you go. Pops the Bloodstone. You can do, I don't know if he's doing it with the ulti. Apparently, you can, like, toggle the ult when Bloodstone is active to get extra mana. Does he do that? No, he doesn't do it. Basically, you can actually do more damage with less ulti by toggling it. Essentially, if you toggle it in between when it goes off and on, you can basically get an extra tick of it. It's weird, but essentially you can optimize this hero's ulti by way more than you'd think, as he pops the Bloodstone again. So he's not using it off cooldown, but this is so broke. It's not broken, but this is pretty crazy how strong this is. I might even try this off lane. Like, I'm not just, right, you guys see what I'm talking about. I mean, he's just constantly high mana. I mean, now he's dropping a little bit low, but that's normal. I mean, for how long he's been fighting and how many creeps he's clearing, for him to still have mana, and then now he's going to be able to heal it back up, right? He's going to drag the camps together, pops the Bloodstone. There you go. 500 mana, 400 mana, gain? He farmed 2 camps and gained 400 mana. Like, he gained mana from farming on Lesh. That is unheard of. That makes no... that has never existed before, as he finds the stun. And now he's level 15. The second highest level is 13. In terms of net worth, he's top. And this Slark's probably having a good game. Yeah, this Slark is 5-1-2. He's got about the same score, and the Lesh is out farming him, which is incredible. So he's going to get like an 18-minute BKB now. Clear out the bottom side. Looks for the stun. In terms of talents, he doesn't even take mana regen. He's like, I don't need mana regen. I have Bloodstone and Raindrops. Apparently that's good enough. Goes for the movement speed, which I think is reasonable. Both talents are good at 15, but Split Earth Radius, I really like. It works well with your Shard as well. At 20, there's no way he's not taking Pulse Nova cooldown. You don't need the strength. You already have enough HP with this build. Yeah. Clearing up Ancients. Clearly just taking Ancients like off cooldown. Ancients, Ancients, Ancients. Name of the game is Ancients. You want to clear your waves a lot as Lesh. He doesn't have bots, so you kind of need to stay somewhat close. Like a bots Leshrac might go top here, but this Leshrac's just going to he's going to chill mid. All right, you're going to be chilling mid, chill Ancients, and then show up the fights later on. As Rubik goes down, but he's feeling strong. Probably a bit of a Psycho Initiation. You want to have someone else going first. At the end of the day, you're still Leshrac. You don't have a reliable disable. So you want someone to go in first. I think he thought he'd hit this stun, and then it would have been good for him to go. But he goes in, avoids the mana burn. He'll probably take on the Nyx here, just clean him up with the BKB. I think that's a correct decision for what was happening. Saves the Bloodstone. Has to be a little bit careful, right? He's not that tanky, but can find the stun on the Slark. Unfortunately, has to kite out. Kind of wasted his Bloodstone active. And you got to be careful. You don't want to use Bloodstone active really on one hero. You kind of want to use it when you get surrounded by 2 or 3 heroes. Oh no, the Morphling dies. Oh, good swap out. The Slark can't go on Lash. It's crazy. This matchup's so bad for Slark. It can be okay for Slark when Slark gets Mage Slayer, but until then, like, I bet he's buying one, right? No, he's not. If I was Slark, I would consider it. The BKB is reasonable, of course, but yeah, you kind of need Mage Slayer to deal with this build. But the thing is, it doesn't go through BKB, so it's not too much of a problem as they find the lift back. This Venge is so sad. Oh my gosh. And it costed him no mana to get that kill. Into the Roche pit as well. I would imagine the Bloodstone works on Roche, right? So yeah, can you Bloodstone Roshan? I'm actually curious. He might need to do it here, just for mana's sake. Yeah, he's going to do it. Doesn't seem to work. That's weird. So it doesn't work on Roche. That's odd. At least it didn't seem like it. Fight breaks out. And that's the thing. He's level 18 at minute 21. He's not even highest net worth, but man, this Slark matchup's so bad, actually. Oh, that's a great RP, actually. What an RP. Beautiful. That was so nice from Mag. No hesitance. Just brings the Slark in. Takes him out. Didn't wait for the Dark Pack. That was a high risk, high reward play from Mag, but it paid off. And he goes for bots now, which is just a great item. It's crazy that he doesn't need a mana item, because usually you have to stack 3 or 4 mana items and buy a Kaya. He doesn't have to do that, clearly. As now he has bots, he can do whatever he wants. He's going to clear up all these camps. Oh no, okay, he's going to let the Mag do it. He's actually going to hunt for a kill bottom. That's a free kill on him dying. Nice. Bots movement speed, constantly running around. Obviously, he's not haste movement speed. He's got a haste room, but he's going to be probably running around, what, 430, 440 movement speed? Yep, 440 movement speed. Goes for the blink next, so really just wants to get in on the enemy. I think this game in particular, as long as he pops BKB, so they actually do have Vessel on Nyx. And that's good against the Leshrac, right? It's really good against the Bloodstone. I don't think it's really the answer from Nyx, though, because I think he should be buying a Yule so the Lesh can't focus him. Because he hard counters Lesh, right? But the Lesh can go on him knowing he has no defensive item. No Force Staff, no Yules. So it's a bit of a problem. As he takes out a Venge. And honestly, this hero's kind of better in low MMR. Like, it's mechanically really difficult, which is why its win rate tends to struggle the lower you go. But people clump up a lot more in low MMR, and they'll, like, feed you mega spell lifesteal. They just will. You're gonna get a ton of spell lifesteal on this hero. As long as you don't get gone on first. Like, remember, let your teammates go in first. I can't stress that enough. It's a big key to Lesh. Have patience, have discipline. No matter how hard you're snowballing, just chill a bit, you know? Just chill a bit. He's gonna siege a high ground with Edict. Big arrow, it's a good arrow. He's gonna get baited a little deep. Is he gonna die? I think he's gonna pop Bloodstone in turn here. Look at this. This is crazy. This is gonna be crazy. I already know this is gonna be crazy. I gotta go back. This is gonna be crazy. And this happens frequently. I mean, he has Aegis, but even if he didn't have Aegis, what an RP. Turns on the Bloodstone. He's gonna start healing mana, healing HP. Every single tick of his ult, he's giving him 200 HP. A ton of mana as well, so the mana won't become a problem. And he's just chilling. He couldn't even follow up that RP immediately. It could have been way better too. The Tombstone's a problem, though. The Tombstone's a problem. As they take out the Undying. And yeah, I don't know, man. This hero just looks great. It looks great. It can frontline. It can siege high ground. People are playing Lesh as a carry, by the way. I think at TI, we're going to see a bunch of Lesh carry. I'm saying it now. I really firmly believe that we are going to see Lesh carry at TI. Because it's a good laner. It's a flex between mid and safe lane. I think what teams are going to do is they're going to first phase it. They're going to pick it with like some sort of initiator, and that's going to be their opener because they could put it safe lane if they don't like their mid matchup. If the enemy picks like a Lina mid to counter it, they can just put it safe lane and be okay with that. And vice versa. You can put it mid if you're fine with the mid matchup, right? And it's just really flexible. It opens up a lot of position 5 picks as well. Like there's a lot of position 5s that can lane well with Lesh that you wouldn't necessarily otherwise pick. And it still lanes fine with the traditional 5s. Like it can still lane with Shen well. It can still lane with Silencer. Like Silencer Lesh is a really good lane. It's like squishy, but it doesn't matter because it's just too much damage. So next he's going to pick up Shivas. Honestly, I really like Kaya Sanj. You might be like, Kaya Sanj, he has a Bloodstone. Bloodstone doesn't build from Kaya. So you can still use the spell amp from Kaya. It doesn't get removed. And Kaya amps spell lifesteal. So I really like Kaya Sanj as the next item. It makes you really tanky, gives you status resist, spell lifesteal amplification, 30%, which works on the Bloodstone active, 16% spell amp damage. It's just an incredible item. And mana regen amps. You'll never, ever, ever run out of mana. But the other item you can buy is Ags. If they're all physical damage, you can buy Ags, especially if they're greedy and they don't have BKBs. Ags is broken in that case. It's so broken if they don't go BKBs. But they probably will. I don't really get why. I think the Aeon Disc is a bit overkill, but all right. He feels like he could get bursted. They do have a Nyx, to be fair. He's going to jump in here. It's a bit of a tough Lesh game because in the Nyx Assassin, he has to pre-BKB. Like, I'm sure he doesn't feel... Generally, you don't want to have to blink in BKB right away, but he probably feels like it's necessary just because of the mana burn and the Spike Carapace. There's too many disables for him to really take the risk. So he might get chased down here. He's got his shard. Is he going to die? I wonder if he's going to die. He's got Bloodstone in 1. Can he get it off? Pops it a little late. Will that be the difference? He will go down. Okay. Gets caught out there. I honestly feel like he could have just bought an item to more so deal with Slark. Like, he could have bought Ags just so when Slark BKB ends, he can just turn. Because it hard counter Slark. It works through Death Pact. It works through everything that Slark has. So I kind of like the concept of the Axe. The Kaya Sanj would be good too, though. I really believe that. He's going out. I don't really get the Aeon. I don't get it. I guess it's so he doesn't have to pre-BKB. He can blink in, go on Nyx, and then try to just hold it. But the problem is one mana burn forces out the Aeon. So I don't know. I'm not a... I don't see what he's saying with this item. I feel like it's not very good here. All right, let's check out this next fight here. So he looks for a stun on the Undying, doesn't catch him immediately. Decides to chase here, which is kind of risky. He is frontlining. He's got the Aeon, so I think he feels like he can take the risk. He can kind of be the frontliner for his team at this point, because they really don't have one. This Magnus is not a frontliner. He's kind of like a utility, you know what I mean? Has to be a little bit careful. And he's fulfilling the role for his team, which is good. As he's going to look for the Venge. A bit of a hard kill, but okay, yeah. He decides to go on Venge. He'll probably look to clean up the illusion. Yeah, he tried to, but it gets kited out. So it's actually getting really kited here. Probably going to have to full disengage. I also personally don't recommend buying the Shard. I think it's pretty bad in general. I think the Shard's good for going high ground and defending high ground. I think that's the main reason why you would buy it. Otherwise, I don't really think it's good in like overall team fights. It can be, and situationally it does a lot, but for 1400 gold, I think it's better to complete your Shivas, your Hex, your Ags, your Kaya Sanj. I think it's just better. Alright, so eventually we see the Hex come out, and I actually think this is the most important Lesh item in the game, because it kind of lets you confidently blink on people and actually solo kill them. Without it, it's just very hard to finish people off in the mid to late game, so especially when you have a blink dagger, Hex is just so valuable. As he's going to go on the next here, gets the Hex, and this is what I'm talking about. It just allows for an easy kill. You do so much damage, you just need Disable. So personally, I think his build should not have an Aeon and should have like an Ags to even amp the damage with the Hex, or a Kaya Sanj, but I've already said that a billion times, so I'll stop. But the Hex, I think, is an absolute must on this hero in the late game to enable your damage. As you can see, it kind of just lets you set up everything and then hold the stun for afterwards. And yeah, just pump damage and solo kill the majority of heroes as he pops the Bloodstone for a bit of mana. And yeah, this is going to be about the end of today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you're inspired to play a little bit of Leshrac. I know I am, and I'm not even just saying that. I actually plan on trying this hero as an offlaner. I think it's 100 what an RP. Ooh. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and I'm out. Peace.
And that's all, but remember, before you leave, come on, before you tune out, subscribe to the GameLeap website, where we are going to help you get to the next rank. If you're stuck, click the link down below, and I'm out. Peace.